everyone. Today I'm going to be making a breakfast for 2 people, and today we're going to be trying out a new product that we've never tried before. We are going to be trying out a meatless sausage. Now, we're not vegetarians, but we like to alternate what we eat so that we're not always eating meat. So we're going to try out these sausages that we bought from our local grocery store. And then also during the holidays we were given a bottle of this organic extra virgin olive oil. So we're going to be using that as well for the first time. Now, what I've done prior to cooking is I prepared the items that I wanted to use in our breakfast. So I'm going to be making some potatoes. So what I've done is I've washed them, sliced them up, and I steam them so that it won't take as long to fry them up in the frying pan. And then I've also prepared some sliced onions to go with the potatoes. So now I'm going to go and heat up my frying pans for the potatoes and the sausages, and then once those are complete, then I'll cook our eggs, and then our breakfast should be completed. So I started to heat up my frying pans. I have one here for the sausages, and I have one here for our potatoes. So I put in the extra virgin olive oil that we just received. It smells quite nice. It has a nice fresh smell to it. Okay, so once our oils are heated up, I'm going to add the onions to the pan where the potatoes are going to be cooked in. So I'm going to be cooking the onions halfway, and then I'm going to put in the potatoes. So we're just going to have the onions flat evenly throughout the pan, and we'll let those cook. As those are cooking, the pan for the sausages have been heating up, and I'm going to put those in. So these are the vegetarian sausages. The texture feels just like meat. So if the packaging did not say vegetarian, I would have thought these were meat. So if you have guests that want to try something different and they are meat eaters, this is a nice alternative, because then they feel like they're eating meat, but they're not. So they have a nice frying sound. So they're nicely cooking. So now that the onions are now starting to get a little brown, I'm going to add in the potatoes. So the potatoes are nicely cooking. The good thing is they're already cooked, so you don't have to cook them for long because I steamed them prior to putting them into the pan. Now for the potatoes, I'm going to add some spices. I'm going to add some pepper. Tossing them around so that the pepper can mix around throughout all the potatoes. I'm going to add some paprika. again, just tossing them around so that everything can get nicely mixed in. And then I'm going to add some parsley to the potatoes. Potatoes. I'm just going to let them crisp up now on each side, so I'm going to let them cook. Now the sausages, I'm going to continuously turn them around because as you can see, they are getting nicely cooked on each side. Now you can also bake these vegetarian meatless sausages in a toaster oven, and I'm sure they would come out just as fine, but it seems like they're coming out quite nicely. So it looks like for the sausages, they cook quite quickly, so I'm going to turn the heat down so that they can still cook inside while I cook the next dish for our breakfast. So now that we've had our potatoes cooking and now they are nice and crisp on both sides, as well with the sausages, they are now complete. So they were easy to cook because they didn't get stuck to the pan, and they were nicely able to brown on each side. So I still have them on low, but they were very simple to cook. So now that we have those dishes complete, we're going to melt some butter into a small frying pan so that we can fry our eggs and complete this breakfast. So we are going to make over easy eggs because my partner prefers his eggs that way. So we're just going to crack 2 eggs into the small frying pan with the butter at a medium-high heat, and I'm going to let them cook first for a while, and then once they're almost done, then I'll cover them so that we can finish the tops off without cooking the entire yolk inside. So now that we have the eggs cooking and the egg white is coming along and being cooked, I'm now going to cover it so that it can cook the top but not all the way through. So once I know that the yolks have a little layer of that they're cooked and they go a little white, then I know that's the perfect time to take the eggs off the heat. So now that we have all of the items cooked fully for our breakfast, I'm now going to plate them. So the potatoes are nice and crisp on both sides. They are fully cooked, which is nice because we pre-cooked them as we steam them. So it was quick and easy. Our vegetarian sausages are nice and crisp on both sides, and it's quite amazing how real they look when they, if you didn't have the packaging that said no meat, I would have thought that they had meat in them. And then the eggs that we cooked earlier are nicely cooked because we had the lid on them. And so we have an over easy. The yolks are still nice and liquidy, so they're not fully cooked the way my husband prefers them. So we're going to plate them now. So we have our eggs. We have potatoes. Now we also sometimes have toast, but because the potatoes is a starch, I like to balance off how much starch we eat so that we're not overeating on our starches. And then I have some sausages just off to the side. And I'm going to put a nice fresh fruit onto the plate. So we have orange, and there we go. So that's our breakfast for today, and we're gonna try out the vegetarian meatless sausages for the first time, and the olive oil that we fried both the vegetarian sausages and the potatoes in. So we're really looking forward to trying something new. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and this breakfast put together. And if you want to see more like this, subscribe to our channel. Hit that share, like, notification button. If you have any other ideas of what are great for breakfast, please put it down in our comment section. Thank you.